Yo, we're back. You guys thought we forgot about you. We didn't. We promise. Just a little hiatus. We were collecting Infinity Stones, and I decided to name myself Josh Allen today because we disappeared on you. Anyway, Jack. Speaking of Josh Allen, I know you want to talk a little on the Bills game, so I'm just gonna toss it right over to you to start.
Uh, don't mind my I got some allergies going on or something. I don't know. We've been on a cold streak here. Um,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
our
we're
in
gonna
our
knock some of that rust off today too. So just bear with us, everyone.
yeah, we're getting right on the straight back and narrow today. Uh, the Bills, man. Um, it wasn't even so much the Bills game that I wanted to talk about. Obviously, the recent headlines have been surrounding the GM and the owner. Uh, you know, GM Brendan Bean being questioned about his job security and the job he's been doing recently because obviously McDermott just got canned for better or for worse. A lot of people out there are speculating like, oh damn, like was he just a scapegoat? Like did he really deserve to be fired as the head coach when he's not the one to turn the ball over four times and he's not the one who's drafting these frankly ass players for lack of a better word for the former MVP Josh Allen, and he was under some thunder for lack of a better metaphor in the media recently, and people are asking him like, oh, some uncomfortable questions about his job security and uh, how well he's been drafting recently, or really the opposite of well, how bad his drafts have been.
Mhm.
And um, the Bills owner was sitting right beside Brennan being the GM as he was being questioned this at a press conference, and they were asking him specifically about Keon Coleman. Uh, Keep in mind, Keon Coleman is still on the Bills right now on the team, and uh, Brendan Bean starts like he's about to say something, and then the owner Pagula just like slips in real quick, and he's like, "I'm sorry to interrupt." He's like, I just want to let you know right now that Brendan Bean didn't even want to draft. He didn't want to draft Keon Coleman. Excuse me. The coaching staff really pushed to draft Keon Coleman. So I wouldn't blame, Keon Coleman, the draft of Keon Coleman on Brandon Bean. Like that's not fair because he was just trying to be a team player and listen to his coaching staff and take the guy that the coaches liked. And now all these clips are surfacing of Brennan Bean like at the combine watching Keon Coleman like, oh shit, man, I can't wait to draft this guy. He looks so
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean,
And it's like
it's a bad look. It's a very bad look.
it's not only a bad look on just the Bills office as a whole, because as an owner, you know, that's just a lie. And he's speaking
Yeah.
frankly out of turn against a player that is on your team,
Currently rostered, yes.
currently rostered, and is currently like the wide receiver two or three. But it's a really bad look, in my opinion, more so on Bean for not like just like not correcting
Just
him or not
and
saying
saying like,
anything
"Hey,
at
that wasn't
all.
great."
He's just like, yeah, I guess that's cool. I guess I didn't even want him, and it's like, bro, like your job security is hanging from a thread, like a
Yeah,
a rail thin thread, and you could at least like have some cojones and just own like, hey, I like Keon Coleman, like I still believe in him, and that's probably the good thing to say for someone who's still on your
yeah. I mean, you got
team
to think about
in
the
a position of
guy's only
need.
22 years old.
Yeah,
Like,
and I get it. Some people are saying that I see a lot of people sort of on both ends. Um, don't get me wrong. I think that it makes Brandon Bean look absolutely awful, and I think that he probably
yeah,
should have been fired potentially over McDermott if I had to choose between one or between one or two of
yeah.
one
I
of
was
them.
going to bring that point up. Between the two, I mean, I probably keep McDermott over
Yeah,
Bean.
Not that McDermott has, done the world for you as a defensive-minded coach with a defense that has let you down the past like 3, 4 seasons in the playoff. But all that to say, a lot of people have seen this, and as much as they don't like Brandon Beane, they are really defending Keon, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Keon's a anything. I'm coming out of Florida State, but he has been a literal healthy scratch the past outside of last week, the past almost 3 games, I think, just because he wasn't showing at the practice. He was just not showing much discipline at practice, I guess, around the building, whatever smoke was around there. He was literally just, coach just said, no, you're not even going to play because, you didn't show up to practice.
We have a special guest here on the show, but you can keep going.
Special guest?
We're going to have a little special guest here. Say hi, Millie. Say hi to everyone. Millie says hi, everyone.
Millie says Brandon Beane should be fired. That's what I heard.
Out here in Pennsylvania, and dogs wear coats. Hi.
Oh, brother. I need one of those coats right now, for real.
Especially when that 1.5 feet of snow coming.
And she's got a little vestito, bro.
Oh, of course. All right, sorry for that special guest appearance.
No, man, I gotta see the mill, man. I gotta see. I don't think I've seen Mill in person yet. I gotta see the mill.
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta get on that.
But yeah, Keon's just been a bit of a healthy scratch, and should he be crucified by his own owner and GM in the second year of his rookie deal? Probably not.
No.
But it's just a weird thing that's going on, and we kick the podcast kick the podcast off by talking about Josh Allen on the Bills, and that was just something that's been really it's been in the headlines recently, you could say, that I wanted to touch on because it's really strange, really, really, really weird stuff. And
for sure,
I think Josh, if you're Josh Allen, seeing these headlines and stuff, maybe you're kind of like, it's like the boys meme where he's looking around and
he's looking around and they're
all right, because he's like, everyone's pissed off at the GM now, and it's like after his 4 turnover game or 5 or whatever it was, he's like, all right, this is all right, let's talk about the GM now.
Yeah, I guess my 2 cents on it is, like you said, probably should have been like, hey yo, I kind of wanted to draft him. It's not all in the coach. Let's not just go throwing blame around. But a thing for me that I haven't really seen a lot get talked about is, you're the Buffalo Bills now, and you have a vacant head coaching position that we all know about now. If you're a head coach, out there on the market looking to fill a spot, all this stuff going on with Buffalo kind of makes it less appealing, because if you come into the head coach, you just witnessed a press conference of your GM and owner deflecting blame and not taking accountability for, the past however many years. So if I'm a head coach out there in the market and I see that, and I'm like, well, do I want to come into a place that no matter what happens, I'm just going to get the blame? Not necessarily. The thing, with the GM, I know we're just talking about him, but the Millie distraction, and I can't think of his name now, but I don't know if you saw the tweet. I'm sure maybe people out there, but I think since the year 17, 18-esque, he's only drafted 2 Pro Bowlers. So, I mean, we could kind of harp on this Keon Coleman pick all we want. Maybe he did want him, maybe he didn't. But, I mean, since 2018, granted out, say you just have 7 picks, 1 pick for each round, going back, what's that now, 6, 7, 8 years? I mean, you had plenty of picks. You didn't just mess up one. You had plenty of opportunity to take different players. I mean, let's not forget you were even trading with the Kansas City Chiefs, who at the time probably your biggest rivals. You trade with them, allow them to get Worthy, who, I mean, even up to this point, hasn't, we'll say, panned out to his full potential or expectation. But I mean, to this point in both of their careers, has been better than Keon Coleman.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because, like, even look at this last year's draft where they took Maxwell Harrison, who was a pretty freaky athletic cornerback who just unfortunately got injured, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, the dice haven't kind of fallen his way either, but I just don't think that he's really I just don't think he's really helped himself, and, like you've mentioned, it's harp back on it again, like, they traded down out of the first round with who was essentially their rival in the Kansas City
yeah,
Chiefs to draft Keon Coleman, who that was already, like, before this recent, headline situation with the owner and everything, that was already a questionable pick, like, now in hindsight,
sure.
but it makes him look just all the more worse of, like, a GM as, like, a serious tone setter guy that you're supposed to trust and a leader that you're supposed to follow to build your team, when he just goes, I actually didn't even like Keon Coleman. It's like, why the hell did you draft him?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
why? Yeah, I mean, you could have went elsewhere. I think another big point to not overlook is that Bills GM kind of has Sean McDermott to thank for being the Bills GM, because when Sean McDermott was hired, it was around the same time that the Bills were letting go of their prior GM, and Sean McDermott really was vouching for, current Bills GM. For some reason, name is slipping me.
Brennan Bean.
Brandon Bean. Like I was saying, so Sean McDermott kind of vouched for Bean to be there. Um, yeah, I don't know. It just seems weird to me, everything going on there. I think with this press conference that just happened, kind of makes that head coaching job look a little less appealing than it did prior to. And one last thing I want to touch on before these Josh Allen truthers come barking at me for my joke earlier. So Josh Allen is now 0-7 in the playoffs, or 0-7 in overtime, and he has scored 3 points in those games.
3 or 6, I couldn't remember. Yeah.
It was 3. And he's had the ability to win the game 6 out of 7 of those games. So before you guys start coming at me, just know I got receipts. I stand on business.
Yeah, and I'm not here, I know I know where you stand on the Josh Allen side of the train, the side of the railroad tracks for that train, I should say.
Hey, I've never hidden my I never shied away from my position on this.
Yeah, there's a partial disdain from the hype of Josh Allen. I think for me, right, and I'm not here saying that Josh Allen is a bad QB at all. I think that he is personally in the top 3, depending on what order you want to go, blah, blah, like, he's somewhere I have to put him, like, he would be in my top 3 in the league. That being said, I think when you look at things in the media like we're seeing now, or even like last season where he won MVP and maybe it should have been someone else named Lamar Jackson, he gets a lot of this, and I get it. He's a likable guy.
He gets a little special treatment.
He's dating Haley Steinfeld. He's a good face of the NFL. Like, the NFL is going to push him. Just regular looking.
I guess before let me double back. Josh Allen, the guy, great guy. It's the Josh Allen football player and the special treatment where I have the little,
right. You have to pump the brakes a little bit because you understand that there has been this weird thing, and as soon as the playoff game was over, and we've been sending memes to each other for the past week, but you see all these memes now and everything, and people even talking about it in the media, or not talking about it, I should say, where you
layout,
know,
lack thereof.
if it was Lamar Jackson who had the 4 turnovers, it would be, "Oh, wow, look at, Lamar's choking again. He's maybe the Ravens should just trade him." You know? When it's Josh Allen, it's, "Oh, okay, we gotta fire the head coach because
Well, yeah,
the
it's
head
he
coach."
doesn't have receivers or his defense let him down or so my gripe, and this isn't just all of it, but I guess this kind of like added to it this week for me is a few weeks ago, we all know Green Bay lost their playoff game. And in that game, Jordan Love threw for 300 plus yards and 4 touchdowns. No interceptions. Played a hell of a game.
Yeah.
And, Green Bay lost. Josh Allen, on the other hand, throws for 200, however many yards. Maybe he did throw for 300. Regardless, he had 4 turnovers. And, the narrative around the Jordan Love Green Bay Packers game is, oh, it's Jordan Love. He's not elite. He's not a great quarterback. He can't win the games. But then we turn to Josh Allen. It's like, oh, he doesn't have the help. He, yada, yada, yada. I thought Mel Bonds come up again. And it's just like, can't we just be consistent? Like, and, can't we just call a spade and just say Josh Allen had a bad game and he is totally to blame? All right, looks at. Oh,
No, you're good.
very good. Yeah, I just think I don't know if you heard me or not, but I said, can't we just start just calling spades and stop trying to bail Josh Allen out? Can't we
Right,
just
stop
he just had a
stop
bad game?
sugarcoating it a little bit,
Yeah,
yeah.
he had a bad game, and I know you might not agree with me, but I thought about this the other day, and everyone the past couple of years is that Patrick Mahomes has this special treatment in the NFL, right? Games are always called his way, this and that. I think Josh Allen might get a little bit more of a special treatment than Mahomes. Maybe you
Well,
don't see it in the game to game necessarily like Mahomes does, but we've seen it in the past 3-4 years alone. 2 rule changes due to Josh Allen losing. The one being the overtime rules in the playoffs, and 2, NFL now implementing the chip in the ball for first downs. Funny enough, that both benefited the Chiefs. So that's 2 rule changes that are now because of a Josh Allen loss. That you get what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to fully wrap this thought up.
he's getting treated by the media with all this praise
All this
and
praise.
to the point where even the NFL is like, you know what, maybe we should start changing the way that the game is
That's
played
2
for you.
rule changes because of the Josh Allen loss.
And he's still losing after the rule changes.
Yeah, well, he's 0-3 or 0-4 now since that rule change.
I think the Mahomes comp of this, disliking players. I think we've had a break from Mahomes with him being injured this last season, and him also just playing bad, poorly, even the most.
And the Chiefs missing the playoffs.
Right. The Chiefs missed the playoffs.
Rich, I don't know if you caught the Eric Bieniemy is now back as OC in Kansas City, so I think we might start seeing some old Patrick Mahomes, play next season and if they're on.
The other immediate comp, speaking of comps and comparing people to Josh Allen, there was another quarterback last week who had 4 fumbles, 2 of which resulted in turnovers, who people love and probably should have lost that playoff game in with the name Drake May, who, again, this guy somehow makes it out of a scary Houston defense and is able to move on in the playoffs where, I was listening to some dudes chop it up about this game, and they made a good point. I forget what podcast it was. If you had Malik Willis on the Texans, they win that game.
Yeah, I mean that was the point I was going to bring up.
If you
Yeah,
have
May fumbled 4 times.
Tanner McKee on that Texan, if you
If
have
you
Davis
have,
Mills,
if
if you put
so,
Davis
I
Mills
actually,
in,
funny enough, I was talking to my friend Chris on the phone earlier. We were talking about this game, and we came up with a discussion of, if you're the Texans, do you bench Stroud at halftime after throwing four first half interceptions, bring in Davis Mills, who, let's not forget, Davis Mills was 3-0 as your starter this year.
yeah,
Um,
and has won
and
games in the past too,
and
before CJ Stroud was even on the
I
team.
said, you absolutely do. If I'm DeMeco Ryans, look, buddy, you threw 4 picks. Our season's on the line. We're only possession out of this. We're going to go to Mills for the rest of the game. Because guess what? You keep Stroud in, you lose, and you lost. You lost. You bring Davis Mills in, and you lose. Guess what? You're in Cancun this weekend anyway.
It's so tough because
And
I
it's like the
remember.
thing is like it's not even like sorry to,
No, you're good.
but it's not even like the Stroud interceptions were like close balls or receiver dropped it and tipped up. Like those were bad footballs. Like those are bad throws.
They were errant throws for
Like
sure.
they were just flat out bad throws. So it's not even like you can make the argument like, oh man, defender made a good play, or oh tip ball, what are you gonna do? Bad luck. It's like he was just lobbing them up in the air, just hoping one of his guys was gonna come down with it.
Yeah, he was holding onto the ball far too long, and when he wasn't, and he was letting it rip, he was just throwing completely inaccurate footballs straight at DB's hands.
Yeah.
I remember watching the game, and thinking that oh well, you do have Davis, like you could throw in Davis. It's so tough if you're the head coach, and I guess this is why head coaches get paid the big bucks and they're in charge of the team. But that's a hard trigger to pull because it's almost like once you make that change, you can't go back. You can't really go back. You can, but you've seen it, and we've seen it time and time again.
Hey man,
I
they
think
did
most
it with our boy
notably,
Bryce Young this year or last year, and then Bryce Young comes out and has the best season of his career.
they did. I think that was
Granted, it wasn't a playoff game.
it wasn't a playoff game, and
regular season, but
I think because that decision was also weighed with the injury thing going on, because I think that Bryce was also nursing a little bit of an injury, and then they were kind of like, you know what, let's just keep you, whatever. And I don't know. They did technically kind of bench him. I don't know. The one that stands out the most to me when it comes to the quarterback carousel is the Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones, New England show, which was hilarious and
yeah,
the weirdest thing ever, because you'd see
Bill
Bill Belichick, who in his last year, I believe, thought that it would be a good idea to just, hey, whoever's got the hot hand, like, oh, as soon as Mac Jones throws a pick, Zappi, you're up. Oh,
Yeah.
Zappi just threw 2 picks. All right, Mac, you get another chance. They did that.
Yeah.
Did that for like 5 weeks, and it's like, how could that give either one of them any confidence? They just have to constantly be out there, looking over their shoulder, thinking in the back of their head, like, oh my god,
Yeah,
if I
when
throw
you go
one,
in,
any
it almost
any
makes them
any
play a
snap.
little tighter because you're like, as soon as I mess up, like I'm out of here.
Oh, you're paranoid, dude.
Yeah.
It's just your
Oh.
job is on the line with literally every single snap, every single clutch of the football, every throw. Like, you have to just be on point where, like,
Yeah, you're almost like
I've-
afraid to make mistakes at this point.
yeah,
Whereas a young quarterback, like you're going to learn from your mistakes.
yeah, and I get, like, the quarterback, you're supposed to be the leader, you're supposed to be confident, and you're supposed to kind of have that strength and confidence and be like, all right, I'm gonna be the leader of this team. But like, it's got to help you be a leader when everyone around you believes that you're the leader. You know what I mean? When your wide receivers are looking at you, and then they're looking at me, and we've both been throwing the football as starters for the past 2 weeks. Like, hey, do we believe in Cody or do we believe in Jack? It's like, yeah, we believe in both, but like, football is so nuanced. Like, I can only imagine, like, you need to have certain chemistry with certain guys, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't blame DeMeco for not benching.
I don't either.
CJ.
No, I understand why you don't. And I mean, it's different, at the quarterback position of just bringing in a guy. Because you see with running backs all the time. Running backs fumble, and then you see them. You don't see them the rest of the game. They're in the doghouse. That's a little easier to do with running backs. Kind of plug and play them. Where quarterbacks are you almost have to change your entire offensive play calling. Um, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things. It's hindsight 2020, and there's a reason that we're sitting here talking about it and not on the sidelines of NFL games.
Oh yeah, well yeah, it's easy to say that they should have put in Davis when they
Yeah.
ended up losing the game, but I don't know. I could see either way.
The thing is, like, if we wouldn't even have this conversation if CJ Stroud brought him back in the second half. They won. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
And the weirdest thing is that CJ in his rookie year was like a dog.
Yeah.
He was really good.
He's just been regressing ever since.
They were in the playoffs in his rookie year.
Yeah. Yeah. They went like 11-5 or something. Like 12-5 or 11-6, whatever it was.
And now it's just been sophomore slump, and now this, and
I mean, he had some bright spots this year. After coming back from injury, and he had a nice little run there. So I don't want. It's just weird. Like, what are we going to get year 4? Because everyone early on was saying, "Oh, Panthers are idiots. Why'd you pass up on Stroud and take Young?" But at this point, it's almost apples and oranges between the two of them.
Yeah, I think the two things, if I had to put, my 2 cents into the jar, and it's offensive line, since they traded Laramie Tunsil. I don't know what was going on there. Very strange. But they ended up trading him, and their offensive line has not been great ever since. And the second thing, do you remember a young man by the name of Tank Dell? Do you remember Tank Dell?
Oh, I remember Tank Dell. Tank Dell, I think, just announced today he's fully healthy.
Tank Dell was so good.
I mean, that's another thing, too, I meant to bring up and forgot to. Nico Collins was out, and
True.
Dalton Schultz went out early in that game.
True.
So, I mean, you're throwing to 2 rookies, and, your third and fourth string receiver, backup, tight end, the ghost of Nick Chubb, and a rookie running back behind a not great offensive line, like you just mentioned. Like, the cards were stacked against them. Don't get me wrong. Playing a great Patriots defense, like, anyone in that situation was going to have a tough time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, does it really make up for some of those terrible throws that he made? No. But, I mean, I think anyone in that situation would have had a tough time.
Oh, absolutely. But it just goes to show, the funny, thing of the NFL of, as soon as one team loses, it's like, oh, okay, the quarterback of that team that lost is automatically bad. And it's like, well, maybe they are not great, but, like, you need to look at, like, everything around them. You know what I mean? Like, it's a team sport at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, the Texans did lose. Patriots now go on to play the Denver Broncos in Denver. Bo Nix broke his ankle or something.
Yeah, I think it was an ankle. They broke his ankle
at the end of that game, which is crazy to think too, because, like, I don't know when he broke that ankle, but, like,
I think it was on the one rollout. It was like the third to last play or something. I think it was. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was the one rollout, and he got, like, tackled. Obviously, he got tackled, but the way he got tackled is, like, ankle twisted, and he stayed in for 2 more plays and did the kneel down.
I was gonna say, like, the
yeah, a lot of people are saying it's happened on the kneel down, but I'm pretty sure that's been debunked.
A kneel down that he broke on the kneel down.
That would be awful. I don't know the exact play, but from what I'm reading, it was the one rollout, I think, to the left side or something, and he just got tackled awkwardly.
Well, now it's going to be the Jarrett Stidham show. And Cody, I don't know. I'd have to pull up the old Magic FanDuel here, which I'm still off betting until the end of the Super Bowl. But just
Jared Stidham.
for the sake of sakes, I have the most random intuition about this game.
So
that they will at least cover the spread with Stidham. I don't, and hear me out.
What do they have the spread at?
The spread currently is
I'm assuming
sitting
they have Denver as underdogs.
plus 4.5.
So my thing is, I think the Broncos could win this game
That's what I'm saying.
As long as Stidham plays a smart, turnover-free game. Like, you don't need Jared Stidham to come out here and throw 250 plus and 2 touchdowns. Would it be nice? Sure, but you don't need him to.
Well, let me tell you this:
your defense is good enough. You're going to hold New England to, you hope, 24 or less. So if you're Jared Stidham, you just got to get 25 points on the board.
Well, let me ask you this, Cody. So, New England Patriots just played the Houston Texans, which are arguably number 1, 2, or 3 best defense in the league. I feel like most people will put them at number 1, maybe number 2. The Eagles are good this year. Broncos really good as well. Texans up there. Seahawks up there too. However you want to slice it.
Sure.
How many times Drake May turn over that ball against the Texans? 4 or 5 times. 4 fumbles. I think he threw a pick as well. 4 or 5, something like that. About 4 or 5 times.
What's the thing? Oh, we'll go ahead.
I'm not going to directly say that the Broncos are as good or better than the Texans defense. But if they can get even 3, even 2 big-time turnovers, and Jarrett Stidham just, like you said, doesn't do anything crazy, like literally Sean Payton just keeps him in his little pocket, I think that Denver defense and Sean Payton could go to another Super Bowl. I just think, and I'm not saying that's not to say Drake May's bad or anything, and it comes almost full circle, because I remember, pretty sure, I don't know if it was on the show or off the show, that we talked about this narrative that people are not unaware of about the Patriots having a historically easy schedule. Well, now look what happened last week. They finally have to play a team with a winning record in the Houston Texans, who has one of the top 2-3 defenses in the league, and Drake May turn the ball over about 4 or 5 times.
Sure. Yeah.
Now you got to play the number 1 seed.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with that kind of game this week.
No, that's my narrative. When I look at something like 4.5 points, I'm like, that's a field. You're saying this game can come down to a field goal. I think Denver could keep it that close.
Yeah, because I don't imagine. I don't imagine Jared Stidham throwing 4 interceptions total, but in the first half.
It certainly could happen.
It certainly could. I just don't see.
Sean's not gonna have this turn into
what would you say? I think so. I was gonna say Sean Payton. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Is he still a very good head coach? Sure. Is he as good as a head coach as he used to be? Up for debate. But I think he's a smart enough and a good enough head coach to realize, hey, don't get my starting quarterback. Got to be a little smarter. So, Bo Nix, very good deep ball thrower. Probably not going to see a ton of those this week. I think we could probably agree on that. Jared Stidham. Who knows? Maybe Jared Stidham does have a great deep ball. I just think Sean Payton is going to be pretty conservative. We're going to see a lot of RJ Harvey, a lot of Jaleel McLaughlin this week, a lot of short passes, maybe intermediate throws. I think they're going to want to keep New England's defense on the field as much as possible, tire them out. I just don't see Denver turning it over, 4 times for the game, but definitely not in a half like Houston did.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think that Sean is going to unless New England just happens to start running away with it. He's not gonna just immediately offer it. Be like, all right, let's take some shots downfield. It's like no, like we're gonna play this slow football game. Where you mentioned McLaughlin. I could see this being a weird uh, Evan Ingram game, who's been silent for a little while. Like I could see this being like
Yeah,
Evan
better.
Ingram, RJ Harvey, screens and check downs and everything where, you know, the Patriots defense could sniff a lot of that stuff out and shut that down and, make the 4.5 spread look silly,
Yeah.
100%. But like, tell me
I mean,
that it
going against
wouldn't
everything
be.
I just said, I do think New England wins this game.
I think there's a chance Denver wins.
Oh, obviously there's a chance. They don't
There's a
say any given Sunday for no reason, but if you were to say, $10 who's winning, $20 who's winning, whatever dollar amount who's winning, I think it's New England. Far healthier. Defense has been playing very well, all through the playoffs and even before then. I think if Drake May just same thing, if he could just cut down on turnovers this game, I see New England winning.
I like the spread, man. I like that 4.5. That's a dirty 4.5, man.
That's fine. I mean, the spread's fine. Like I could see this coming down to a field goal game or, a 1.2 point game. Um, I don't know. I just like
It's in Denver too, man.
it is in Denver.
Drake May's got to go to Mile High.
That's the thing too. New England historically is bad in Denver, but you got to think that was back with Belichick and Brady and that. And I don't think they've played, and maybe they have, probably have, post Belichick and all that. But nothing in a meaningful game like this.
Plus, for any, sort of extenuating circumstance stuff going on, Jarrett Stidham, once upon a time, was the heir to the throne in New England. He was kind of meant to be the next guy up.
Yeah, he
And
was.
he
I
was
remember he
a
was
Patriot.
Cam Newton back in the day.
Yes. Yes. He might have even been on. I think he was on the team when Tom Brady was on the team.
Was he? Maybe.
I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that
he might have been.
You
can't say I'm too up to date on my Jared Stidham knowledge.
Your Jarrett Stidham trivia is not up to date. Yeah, they were teammates. He was a bench warmer for Tom Brady. Like there was a once upon a time where he may or may not have been at least the potential next man up, who ended up turning.
But then you got to think, what does that say for him? That a washed up Cam Newton beat him out for the starting job.
Well, Bailey Zappi also beat him out for the starting job. So
special guest is back.
Millie's back. I think that I don't know. I just maybe I'm just a romantic Philadelphia Eagles fan who wants to see another Nick Foles type of run. I just want to see it, dude.
Hey, I'm not. It could very easily happen. I'm not weighing it out. I think there's a very good possibility of it. I'm just saying, if I had to pick a winner, and maybe it's the safe pick, I'm gonna go New England.
I'm fairly confident in plus 4.5 for Broncos. However, for the night game, I literally have zero. Like flip a coin. I have no pick. I don't even.
And the reason I'm going New England is, you're just talking about great defenses, and you mentioned all the turnovers Drake May had. Drake May had all these turnovers.
CJ Stroud had a lot too.
Yeah. So let's not weigh out New England's defense has been playing very well.
True.
But yeah, night game, Seattle Rams. I think this will be a great game. However, I think my favorite to win it all right now is Seattle. We talk about great defenses. This might be the best defense that's left.
I like Seattle a lot. The Rams are really good too, though, man.
The Rams are great. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. I think Seattle, this the way Seattle's been playing football all years. Smart, great defense, slow the ball down on offense, play within your means, and they've been doing it really well. And there's a reason Mac McDonald is Coach of the Year candidate, and there's a reason Clint Kubiak is being looked at for head coaching vacancies. Um, I think, yeah, I don't know. They're just my favorite to win it all. I think they're playing the most, they're playing the best all around football out of the four teams remaining, in my opinion.
I think if I had a gun to my head and I had to pick one, I think that I have to trust the team with the guy who's likely going to win the MVP and Matt Stafford, and not because I think that he's going to throw for like 5 touchdowns and, yada, yada, yada. But the same reason why I like the Broncos to win with turnovers, if I had to pick which quarterback I think is going to make a mistake in this big game, like as much as Sam Darnold has had a good sort of comeback year and proved a lot of the haters wrong, I'm having a hard time envisioning in my mind him hoist a Lombardi, and that's not to say that he can't or that he shouldn't or whatever. And he's earned his spot in the playoffs here. Like he's played some good football games, but he's also turned the ball over in a couple games where, if this turns into a fumble and 2 interception game, or he just somehow manages to slip the rock into the Rams' hands, like. Again, not to harp on the coaches and the turnovers like a broken record, but like Sean McVay's not going to lose that game. You know what I mean? As much as McDonald is great and everything, like you give Sean McVay 2 turnovers in a playoff game, like, and as great as Seattle's defense is, you somehow got to deal with the 2-headed monster of Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Sure. And, I don't know why they haven't been running the ball. Like they just gave up on running the ball last week for some reason. I don't know why, like what the story with that was, but like your running back Kyron was averaging like 5 yards a carry almost. Like it's not like you got bums in the backfield. Blake Corum has emerged as a solid RB2 in this postseason. Like you want to talk about the Cinderella stories with Denver and Jarrett Stidham. Like the Cinderella story here is that Matt Stafford, who has been in agony in Detroit the majority of his career, gets to go and win another ring and retire afterward the same way Aaron Donald did.
Sure.
And it's like I'd probably have to swing Rams. I like that we're picking different picks for each game.
Oh, so do I. So my thing is, if Seahawks go on to win the Super Bowl, I could see it being a scenario where Darnold's not Super Bowl MVP. I could see it being like
JSN or like
JSN or
oh god, yeah.
Some guy on defense who had 2 picks or something. You know what I mean?
Bro, Kenneth Walker too is like
Kenneth Walker. Sure, I could totally see it like just not being him as Super Bowl MVP if they win it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that's probably my picks of the week. It would have to be.
Yeah, like you bring up a good point. Like, do we trust Darnold? Big game. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I just think that defense will bail you out more times than not.
The spread on that one is 2.5. Seattle minus 2.5 at home.
I'm surprised.
That's one where like it doesn't like the spread is just you might as well just hop on the money line, whatever you know what I mean. Like that's kind of just.
I'm surprised it's even 2.5. I'm surprised it's not one of those 1.5 games.
Ah man, Rams is the Rams. Just I like the way they look at me, man.
Hey, don't get me wrong. When I did a pre-playoff,
I gotta close FanDuel. I'm trying to get the shakes.
I did a before the playoff started bracket thing, and I had the Rams going, but now watching the first 2 weeks, I'm like, I don't know. Seahawks are looking good.
Seahawks look very good.
I mean, look what they just did at the Niners last week.
This is gonna sound crazy, and I wish we had an episode and call me the salty Eagles fan because I am. We made the Niners look better than they were. The Niners are a team of men in the hospital. Like, they are just barely a team. Fred Warner's out. George Kittle ended up going out. They have no wide receivers. Brandon Ayuk's been out forever. Ricky Pearsall's been out forever.
Pretty sure
they have nobody.
Ayuk's still driving like 110 down the California freeway.
Like, Kyle Shanahan is as great of a coach as he is. Like, you can only get so far with Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, sure, backup corners and backup linebackers, and it's I think the Eagles really shot themselves in the foot as well with their play calling and the drops by A.J. Brown, which I don't even want to get into again. But I was prepared, and I have it. I said it numerous times to numerous people before the game, to the point where it probably became obnoxious. I said I want Seattle. If I was betting, Seattle alternate spread -9.5. They're gonna win this game. They're not just gonna.
I remember we were out having some adult sodas, and I remember you saying 9.5 spread.
Some adult sodas like that at the Doug, yeah.
Go.
Yeah, 9.5. I saw it coming with the Niners. Not to say the Niners are even a bad football team, and who knows who's to say if they have Kittle, if they have Warner, if they have all these guys, if they're not in the Super Bowl, but like, sure, they're not, because they weren't. And then they went into Seattle, where they have a bunch of flesh hungry dogs in this second coming of the Legion of Boom, who just said no, not today. And then Rashid Shaheed, I mean, crazy, insane game.
I mean, the Seahawks-Rams game, I don't know what the point total is, but this is a game that screams under to me.
Is it really?
I think so. I think it's going to be – I could see like a 2017, 23-30 type game here.
Over-under for Seahawks and Rams game is going to be 46.5. Yeah, I like the under too there.
Yeah, so I'm probably under there.
I'm curious, Cody. I don't know if you still have it written down. This might be an interesting spot to segue, because it is postseason now. What was the final? Do you happen to know where we sit on Survivor right now?
Hold that thought. Let me go find my notebook and see.
You got it hidden behind the treadmill somewhere.
Somewhere. I don't know where I put that thing.
Oh man. Speaking of picks, making picks.
That's a fantastic question. Where the hell did I put that?
Have to get back on the pick wave of Instagram as well. Good posts and.
Bam.
He's got it.
We got it. However, we talked about hiatus here.
Oh, we missed weeks, but.
Oh, we missed a lot of weeks. Our last pick'ems was week 11.
Gee,
so we missed some weeks.
There's a lot going on, man.
I don't even remember if we were even right. You had the Chargers. I had Texans.
I got the check right now.
If we were right or not.
Let me see. What week was it?
It would have been week 11. So let me see. NFL week 11. Let's see. Chargers lost. Texans won. Look at that.
Oh, you have it?
Yes. Let's tally that up. A W here. Well, now there. I mean, I still had 2 losses. You had 1 loss, so still 1 technically.
Well, Cody.
I had 2 weeks to redeem myself, though.
I was gonna say we keep going for 2 weeks here. It's only a 1-point game right now. We keep it going for the next 2 weeks and see what happens, and have the winner prevail after the Super Bowl.
We're going to say conference championships. You're saying Rams, so there we go. We're against each other there. I think we're against each other in both games because you want Broncos, right?
I want Denver.
Right, you take Rams, Broncos. Here we go, and I'll take the Hawks and the Patriots.
I will say
that worked out nicely. We missed a ton of weeks, but as far as pick'ems go, this worked out pretty nicely.
I
I'd
will
say.
say it's hard to imagine Rams Broncos though, isn't it? It's like a weird slate. It's a weird
Rams
matchup.
Broncos. Yeah, I mean, I think if it's Rams Broncos, I think I'd have to go Rams there. I think if it's,
Probably.
I think so. My thing is, I think the NFC is going to win, whether it's Rams or Broncos or Rams or Seahawks. Sorry, I think NFC wins this year.
The NFC has been so good this year, dude.
I think Rams beat
It's
the
been like
Seahawks.
the Big Ten versus SEC convo where I feel like the past couple years the AFC's been better and now the NFC's
Yeah,
like, okay, that's cool. Like, no, we're actually gonna just be the best
yeah.
teams.
Because I mean, you got to think a lot of no Chiefs in the playoffs, and yeah, no Ravens in the playoffs, no Bengals in the playoffs. Like your three of your top four quarterbacks in the AFC weren't even in the playoffs.
Mm,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
true. No.
Whereas all your top quarterbacks in the NFC were in the playoffs. I know football's a team sport, not a quarterback sport, but
Um, I mean, yeah, but even like you look like I don't know, man. NFC, like you got the Lions, you got the Bears, you got the Eagles, you got the Seahawks, like uh you got the Bears, who I know you love.
Bears. Tough
You
one.
got the Bucks, who remember when people were talking about Baker Mayfield being the MVP? That was funny.
They fell
Uh,
off.
they fell off pretty hard. Uh, I mean, come on, man. It's been a good year for the NFC, man. The
I think it's
Cowboys
just.
have
I
had a
think
good.
it's
The
just been a
Cowboys
good
have had a great
year.
offense. Like,
I think this is just a good year of football, especially as playoffs. Like all these, I mean, outside of a couple, like all these playoff games have been like close, down to the wire games.
oh, they've all been great games. I'll never
You know, I
forget.
mean,
I'll
take
never
out.
forget the Caleb Williams throw to Cole Kmet. I'll literally never forget it.
I mean, that was crazy.
That was
I
pretty
mean,
insane.
as a Packer fan,
Incredible.
obviously I'm mad about it, but even the wild card game with Green Bay and Chicago, like from a football standpoint, like that was a good game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, outside of Patriots Texans, which was abysmal to watch, and
49ers, Seahawks.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seahawks just steamrolling the 49ers, and that Steelers and Texans game. Like outside of like those three, the rest of the games have been, very good football.
Patriots, Texans, though, was still. Oh, you said Pittsburgh Texans?
Well, I said both of them, but the Patriots Texans, yeah, I mean it was a close game. I'm
It
just
was
saying it
ugly.
was abysmal to watch because it was just so messy and
Mhm.
um, if you just looked at the final score, you're like, oh, good game, but if you watch the game, that was I was like, I don't even know what you compare that to watching wise.
Yeah, man. Well, we got some picks in.
I like it coming down. I like how this worked out. How we're going opposite. How we think opposite here, because that determines our
Really, ideally,
one
I
that we
want the 4.5.
missed.
If we were doing spreads, I want the 4.5. But I'll take them straight up anyway, for the sake
All
of
right,
sakes.
because we'll miss week 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
That's it.
7 weeks. Damn.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
yeah, man. It's been tough, man. I've had school. I'm graduating from school this week. You've had a dog, and you got jobs of your own, and I have my own side hustle job, and it's been a lot going on. But hey,
I know if like Mr. Beast didn't post for 7 weeks, he'd probably lose subscribers, and I know we're in that. We're right below that epsilon of
right
you know,
below it.
shows and YouTubers. Um, but thankful for you guys sticking with us. We'll probably get one more show out before season end, only because there's really only one more game after this weekend. Um,
Then we get to
maybe
do
we'll just get
off
fun
season
stuff.
stuff. We get
Yeah,
to
maybe
do
we'll just
drafts,
do some shift this offseason. The mock drafts for sure.
mock drafts for
We're
sure. I
trying
was
those
already
out.
thinking about mock draft stuff, man.
I haven't started, but my thing is like those things. Like it's just once I start, I just can't stop till the draft actually comes, dude. I think I did like 12 of them last year or something.
I've
Like it
already
was insane.
I've already
Like
been.
I remember when we were doing ours last year, we submitted them, and then I was like, Jack, I gotta switch, I gotta change it. Like I think 20 minutes before we actually had to record, which we
Yeah,
had to do on the fly because I was so last minute. It's just I don't know about
yeah.
you, but
Well,
I do them and then I overthink it. And I'm like, no, this ain't right. This isn't gonna happen.
I mean,
Which is like I
you'll never.
overthink your two picks, and then half my first round's wrong anyway.
Oh, no one will ever be able to actually predict it because of just the chaos that the NFL draft is. There's
Yeah.
no predicting what's going to happen.
The funniest part about it is like you take some guy, like you mock him like end of the first round. He doesn't end up going until round 3. And you're like, well,
Bro, Shador Sanders.
yeah, I know Shador for a lot of people.
Shador Sanders, I believe in my mock, there was a trade, like to trade up for Shador. And it's like,
Yeah.
dude didn't even go until round 5. Like,
Yeah, I had who was that? Ezaraku or something that the Cowboys
Donovan
took in round
Ezaraku. Yeah.
3. I had him going late first round.
Yeah.
Like I know, like I think like my first or second mock that we did, Alec Ayamanor, my boy, I had him late first round.
Yeah. You love Alec.
Obviously, as I was doing mocks, he fell out of my first round, but
I'd have to go. It'd be fun
didn't
to
expect
go.
him to be a 4th-round pick.
Maybe we could do like a reaction of our old draft or something.
Our
Like
old,
it'd be fun to go
our
and
1.0s from last year.
yeah, because I remember uploading my last one. I'll have to do that. We'll have to do that again on time this year because I remember we were on such a time crunch. It was uploaded like the morning of. Like,
Yeah, I remember like having to get to work at like 6 that night, and I started recording at like 5 p.m.
yeah.
And it was just so rushed. It was probably the worst video that you'll ever see.
No, if the draft is on like a Friday, we'll do it on like a Tuesday. Like
Yeah.
you have to make sure everything's done.
Yeah, and then my luck, like we'll do it, put on Tuesday, and then some big news will happen Wednesday, and then my draft just looks so bad.
Yeah, well, that's
That's all part of the game.
that's the whole shtick. I mean, we'll have it
So
out.
my thing is with talking, mostly football, but I guess just sports in general. No matter how bad of an idea or opinion or take I make, it'll never be worse than Chris Collinsworth with his um fucking the hell Ben Simmons take. LeBron, we're good. Ben
LeBron,
Simmons is here.
we're good.
Yeah. No matter how bad of an opinion I might give you guys, just
He
know
said,
it's never going to be that bad.
I just saw a clip too. One of my buddies sent me. It was like, oh, hey, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they should trade 4 first-round picks and get Ty Simpson or something. It's like, bro,
That's
bro.
yeah.
Chill.
You see, he also did one last year where it was
Chill. Or it might have been, I think it was Shador. It was Shador. I'm sorry, it was for Shador. It was like, if
no,
you
I
really
remember,
believe
no. There was one he said something about they should trade for Ty Simpson. There was one last year I saw. It was like trade J.J. Watt and a first-round pick for Shador Sanders, and I was like,
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it
fucking
was.
mind.
That's the one I'm thinking of. He's like, yeah, if you really believe in him and you need a quarterback, like just trade away Watt and give 4 first rounders and go up and get him. And it's like,
I wouldn't even
Bro,
do
are
that
you
trade
joking?
for half of the quarterbacks currently in the NFL.
I mean, yeah, probably not.
Like, there's probably maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 quarterbacks I might do that trade for.
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm not trading it for
excessive.
a rookie who never played snap in the NFL. But I mean, I guess we've seen wilder things, and we'll continue to see wilder things.
Yeah, brother. Sorry, I was just doing some thumbnail stuff.
Very fine. Well, I mean, we got to now. I really wasn't expecting to go this long, but
We hit a hot hour, dude. We touched on a lot of current events. And
I did want to ask you, because we talked about him before. Um, as our resident Eagle fan here, give me percentage that you think AJ Brown plays for Philadelphia next year.
Like 100% being he plays.
Yeah, like 100% he's there. 90% he's probably going to be there. Maybe there's some chance he's not. Like, what do you think? What's the weather like in Philly about him?
Well, the weather says that it's apparently going to be 18 inches of snow this week, but the percentage chance that AJ Brown is wearing an Eagles jersey and playing in Philly next year, I'm going to go with a 73%.
73. Yeah, I'm probably somewhere up there too. I don't think they trade him.
How do you trade? I mean, it's one of those things with football where you don't even you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
The drops he had were just ludicrous. Kevin Matula was awful. There was a lot of bad things going on.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get a new offensive coordinator. But the thing is, I saw, and I don't know how true this is, you'll know more, but I saw that apparently AJ Brown requested a trade 3 times last season, as early as week 3.
Yeah,
But
yes.
But if that's true, I mean, you're probably looking at it might be 50-50 that he's there or not.
I mean, just because a guy wants a trade, see, this is where it becomes what I didn't want to get into of not knowing what happens behind closed doors, because then you get things like what happened with Brandon Ayuk. You get things like what happened with who the hell was the wide receiver who was on the Steelers forever, and then he went to the Panthers, and now he's nowhere. Deontay Johnson. You get things like those players, and in the more bizarre examples, Antonio Browns of the world, where I'm not directly comparing Antonio Brown to AJ Brown, although they have the same last name, and I believe they are loosely related to each other, which might be a red flag.
Well, I know Antonio Brown and Marquise Brown are related.
Perhaps that's the connection I was thinking of.
AJ Brown, I don't know.
Either way, the wide receiver diva thing, it's not always bad. In fact, sometimes it's usually like a green flag of like Stephon Diggs, pretty damn good receiver. Odell Beckham back in the day, pretty damn good wide receiver. Sometimes, I don't know if it's CTE. I don't know if it's just like being a dick. Like Terrell Owens, great, one of the greatest wide receivers. He was just a dick, and he just didn't care about the team. He just wanted to get catches and catch touchdowns, and like everything else that will just follow suit. And it's like that's not how winning's done. To quote Rocky, that's how winning's done. That's not how it's done. That's not how winning's done. Okay, you gotta play as a team, man. You can't just drag the team down because you want to have 8 receptions for $180 or whatever the hell in 2 touchdowns, but you end up losing the game because you should have ran it when he threw it or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Like, and again, it goes back to football just being a very nuanced game, but that right there, the whole struggle of, is it AJ Brown's personality, or is it actually just a disease in the locker room with the play calling not being executed? That enigma is what drives me crazy, because I don't know if AJ Brown's a bad guy or not. He acts like the bad guy sometimes, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it when he doesn't go to the press conference after the game and take some accountability for his drops. Especially when he goes to the press conference and whines about not getting the football, 80 of 10 of the games throughout the regular season. It's like,
and then you get that slant over the middle and goes right through your hands.
There was like 3 of them that went right through his hands, but yeah, that one too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't know what goes on in locker rooms and stuff, but I do know that every Eagle fan I know, when they got the notification of Petula not being the offensive coordinator anymore, exactly, they were all very, very thankful and happy that that is no longer a thing.
Sensational. To quote Future, sensational. They could hire anyone. I literally don't. They could hire anybody else other than the OC. I mean, not Brian Johnson, not Gumbatullo, but like literally anybody else. And ideally,
I was just about to ask, like, who, like, if you right now, like, if you like, who's your preferred option?
people are talking about Brian Dayball. People are talking about the guy from was it the guy who was the guy from the Lions? Oh my god, I forget what the hell his name is. There's a couple heads floating around. I like honestly, I have not really any like.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with the Green Bay's defensive coordinator. I saw a post that it was like, "Oh, here's your finalists for who might be the defensive coordinator," and then they listed
10 guys.
like 10 dudes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What are you even talking about?"
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Has, this Byron Porter commented about 5 times now that GTA 4 is my favorite GTA game, and I need. Well,
well,
I don't know
we
what to tell
weren't
you there, Byron.
we
I
weren't
hope,
talking
hope,
about GTA
I
4,
hope
but
you find your port. I don't know.
GTA 4 is an underrated game now at this point. I
It's
mean, it
just
wasn't
really.
when it
I
came out.
mean, he left like 8, 9
So,
comments now saying the same thing.
oh, that's hilarious.
Something tells me that this might. I don't know, Byron. I hope you find your port. I really do.
Someone get Byron a port, damn it.
But anyway, what I was saying is, with the Green Bay's defense coordinator position being opened, yeah, they're like, here's the finalists for who could be the next defensive coordinator, and like you said, listed like 9 guys. I'm like, wow, really narrowed it down there. My preferred choice would probably be Raheem Morris. Um, I know Brian Flores is out there, but I don't imagine us getting him. I don't know, for some reason, gut feeling. But I like Raheem Morris. He has a good relationship um, with
Raheem.
Floor. Was on the Rams Super Bowl team. Um, I guess we'll see.
We will see, my friend.
We'll see. Jack, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to help Byron out. I wish we could, but
Did he ask again?
yeah, there's like 9 of them here. I don't know what that was all about. Well, Byron, thanks for
Byron,
expressing your needs to us. We appreciate it, I guess.
this is
It's not
so
really my expertise. I don't really play video games that much, so I wouldn't really even know where to even direct you to go. GameStop, I guess. Maybe.
Is someone else at Get Right just like doing like a let's play of GTA 4 right now? Because that's fire if they are.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I
Those
said, I don't know. Amazon, maybe. Maybe look on Amazon. I don't even have a PS5, so I can't even help you out there.
I don't know, but it's awesome.
It is awesome. Well, I mean, I got nothing else to ramble on about. It's about all I have.
I think we're
we
probably
can't even
we hit on a lot of stuff for this week at least.
because we're different. Oh, here we go. Brian Dable will be the next head coach of Buffalo. I agree. I do think that's the case. Dable was there
Snake.
as offensive coordinator for Josh Allen's kind of ascension, kind of helped him become the quarterback he is today.
I've heard some whispers about Joe Brady as well.
Joe Brady. I do agree with Snake, though. I do think we see Daboll as head coach of Buffalo.
Daboll would make sense.
It does make sense. Go back to the team you're referencing. Plus, I think. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure Daboll's from Buffalo, so it kind of just makes sense.
Joe Brady has to stay OC. He says, "Yeah, well, yeah."
If you guys don't know, our friend Snake, he's part owner of the Buffalo Bills, so he has say in all this. He's kind of our inside guy.
Yeah,
So
part owner.
That's kind of how we know. That's kind of why we open the show talking about them. It's kind of like mandatory that we talk about the Bills every week. We get paid under the table.
Number one fan, Sweet Life Season 1, number one fan.
Oh shit, that's the thing, man. We got to do our maybe next week. or 2 weeks when we do Super Bowl show.
awards.
We didn't do our Sweet Life Awards this year.
Next week we're gonna plan for awards.
Next
Sweet
week we'll
Sweet
do
Life Man
award
of the Year and
show.
everything.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
isn't it Pro Bowl next week? Like, who cares? Who cares about Pro Bowl? We gotta just kind of remember what the awards were. I know we had the Sweet Life Man. Oh, they're on the Instagram.
I have them written down too. So
All right. Just send me those because I think they're in our text chat too, which I might just have to scroll for. But yeah, we got to get those. We got to get those awards. I gotta start thinking about that. I almost forgot.
I did
All right. Well, there you go. Just announced. Get ready next week.
award
Get Right
show.
Award show. Not Get Right Award show. Sweet Life Award show. Well, I guess
Part
it
of the
is.
Get Right awards award, whatever, however you want to slice it and dice it.
Josh is about to turn 30. We don't want a first year coach announce halfway through his career. I mean, it makes sense. Number one Sweet Life fan. Autograph shirt. We'll get you one, don't worry. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter who becomes head coach. I mean, you're just going to lose first round of playoffs anyway. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Turned them all
God.
over a couple times. I'm playing. All right, that's enough bash on Josh Allen for one day for me.
Snake's about to turn off the stream and get on Fortnite with all this.
Yeah, he's be done with us. Sorry, Snake. I had to. Snake, I think you missed my
Snake, you
joke.
missed the beginning. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think you missed my joke and why I named myself Josh Allen today.
Oh God, yeah.
But,
We were talking about the Bills. Honestly, yeah, you missed the beginning. We talked about the Bills for like 20 minutes probably.
it was a nice little
You'll have to rewind and watch it later.
Yeah. All right, I was
Talked
gonna
about
make another Josh Allen joke.
Coleman and Brandon Bean and all the
Brandon
other fun men in Buffalo.
ton of fun, man. All right, well,
All right.
Cody, you are so right. They'll get eliminated. Par for the course at this point. I didn't get the notification. Might be. Yeah, I mean, you probably got the notification and thought it was fake because we kind of took a what I say 7 week
hiatus.
Little hiatus here. Our bad there. Life gone the way. Big Jacko's graduating.
Yeah. It's lit.
And a big birthday Saturday. So big happy birthday to Jacko.
Oh, I'll be lit, brother, somewhere. I don't know what your plans are for Saturday, but
hopefully the snow holds off for you. And
oh yeah. Yeah.
We could celebrate right. Yeah, I know I didn't expect the show to go this long, but we just want to come on, shake the rust off, let you guys know we're still here. And thank you for just staying patient.
Absolutely, boys.
I like that. Jack, you got anything else?
I think that's it, man. Anyone tuning in live or that watches it later, or whatever, we're hopping back on the saddle. We're gonna do, even though that season's kind of coming to an end here. Like we mentioned, we're definitely gonna follow up next week. I'm sure with see who wins the AFC NFC championships. We made our picks obviously for the last of our survivor picks we got. Maybe a little pre-Super Bowl show, and then we have fun little awards show which we do. We talk about a lot of players and stuff that we like. We have some fun awards to give out. Players to talk about, maybe players we forgot about that deserve some spotlight. Maybe some bad players. So there's some bad awards as well that we give out, which is great. I'm sure we won't talk about Brian Thomas Jr. at all.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll introduce some new awards this year.
Yeah, and then
we'll see.
And then we got the draft. Anyone that maybe wants to know some more about the draft, they don't follow college football too close, or they follow college football but they don't know, some random tackles, that they need to tackle on their team. It's like we talk about some of those guys on here. So, stay following the Sweet Life, even though we took our foot off the gas the past couple weeks here, got a little crazy, but we're still here. We're still live. It's still Sweet Life,
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting in neutral for a while, but
oh yeah,
foot is back on the gas.
Absolutely.
All gas, no brakes. Well, there might be a few brakes, but it's gonna be the off season. What's there gonna be talking about other than some mock drafts? Which we'll see. Just stay tuned. We got some ideas for non-football, football related stuff too. So, which we plan to I'll just give out to you guys. We withheld for 7 weeks. We gotta make it up. We gotta make it up to you guys somehow. So
Absolutely.
all right. Well, that's it for today, though. We appreciate everyone that stopped by, and everyone who's going to watch this afterwards. Yeah, dig you guys. Love you guys.
See you guys.
You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.